Hey everyone. When it comes to sharing information through social media or just online in general, you've got to be careful because pretty much anyone can see it. It could be your best friend, it could be your supervisor at a job, it could also be your aunt from the next city over. It could also be some 40-year-old chronically online dude who lives in his mother's basement, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but it can be true. There's a lot of weird people who exist out there, and especially on the internet, and I want to make sure that I don't post that much personal identifiable information, or PII. Now, typically, when I'm online, I might share my first name, Daniel. There's going to be a couple million in the world, a couple million people in the world named Daniel, and sharing that just hardly narrows it down. Now, if someone asks where I'm from, I might say the United States or in the state of California, which, again, there's still a couple 100,000 people who share their first name with me, and I very rarely share anything past that point. I might share a nice photo I took of something like the park or a lake or my dog, but I won't share an image from the outside of my house or the neighborhood. I don't need people finding out where I live. And I don't share my face online anywhere, or so I say. Ironically, this is the first time I do that. The other exception being that my elementary school posted me back in the day, but I don't really care about that. And obviously, I for sure, 100%, definitely, won't share something extremely sensitive like a social security number or bank information. That should just be common sense. Now, the other piece of this is that there's the existence of data broken companies. These are companies who exist solely to collect your personal information and sell it to other people. Now, the part that sucks about that is that it's kind of hard to avoid because not only will they collect information from your social media, they also do it from your browsing history, the stuff you buy online, the cookies you accept, metadata. And metadata can contain information such as when a photo was taken, using what kind of camera, and most importantly, where it was from. But luckily, most platforms will remove metadata by default. But, anyways, data brokers will sell your information off to advertisers, to the government, to law enforcement, to person lookups. Yeah, there's websites that allow you to search up a person. With just their full name, you can find out their home address. You can usually find a phone number or email address. You can find who lives with them, their relatives, occasionally also the place that they work. And this works the other way around as well. You can find the owner of a phone number who lives at an address, who owns an email. They're not always 100% correct, and they can have some outdated or just straight up wrong information, but they very often will have the right stuff. And some of these websites include whitepages.com, spokio.com, truepeoplesearch.com, and some of them will also pretend like they're digging up some crazy information, make you wait like 5 minutes, and they end up charging you $2 to access it or something. Now, you can opt out of this. I think they're legally required to do that, at least in California, but they'll try to hide it from you. They might stuff in a little corner at the bottom of the page, or they'll make you send an email to the support team or something. They won't show the information to people who aren't of age, thankfully, but it's a pretty crazy thing that exists. So that's why I try and avoid sharing PII because I do not need these 40-year-olds knowing what I look like and where I live. It's the one way to mitigate it, at least, and that's my little message, so thank you.